Most of your stress, your hesitation, your second guessing doesn't come from lack of talent or opportunity. It comes from the fact that you care too much about how you look to others. You're drained, not because you're incapable, but because your mind is constantly running simulations of how people might judge you, mock you, or misunderstand you. You don't move boldly because you've chained yourself to approval. And here's the truth. The more you live for their opinions, the less you live for your own potential. So today, we're breaking that cycle. We're going to uncover 5 subtle but destructive ways caring too much about what people think is holding you back, and how your life shifts the moment you stop chasing approval. Because when you stop living for the crowd, everything changes. Let's dive in. 1. You mistake politeness for living small from a young age. You were conditioned to be nice. Don't be difficult. Don't ruffle feathers. Blend in. And now you've confused politeness with silence. You hold back your truth, water down your ideas, and shrink yourself just to keep the peace. But here's the reality. Your greatness was never meant to be universally approved of. The bold are always criticized before they're respected. The world doesn't remember the agreeable, it remembers the ones who stood firm. So the next time your gut says speak, but your fear says stay quiet, remember this: the cost of silence is your authenticity. 2. You waste energy trying to predict reactions. How much time do you spend rehearsing conversations in your head, editing yourself before you even speak, imagining the worst-case scenario of someone's reaction? That mental movie is draining your life force. While you're stuck analyzing how someone might perceive you, you're missing the only thing that matters: execution. Here's the truth. Most people are too wrapped up in themselves to analyze you as deeply as you think, and the ones who are, they don't pay your bills, live your life, or carry your responsibilities. So stop handing them free rent in your head. 3. You confuse criticism with truth. Caring too much makes you treat every negative opinion like gospel. Someone calls you arrogant, you shrink. Someone questions your path, you hesitate. But here's the wake-up call. Criticism is rarely about you. It's a reflection of their fears, their limits, their insecurities. When you internalize it, you're living inside someone else's prison. Strong men and women know this. Feedback can be useful, but not every voice deserves a seat at your table. Filter ruthlessly. Respect yourself enough to know that one opinion does not equal truth. 4. You trade authenticity for approval. This one cuts deep. Every time you fake agreement, laugh at something unfunny, or nod when you really want to shake your head, you betray yourself. Piece by piece, you're building a life that doesn't belong to you, just to avoid disapproval. And here's the dangerous part. After years of doing this, you forget who you really are. You become a collection of masks, instead of a man or woman with a backbone. Authenticity is rare, but it's magnetic. When you stop caring about applause and start standing in your truth, you attract people who actually respect you, not the watered-down version of you. 5. You mistake being liked for being respected. Let's be honest. The reason you care so much is because you think if everyone likes you, you'll finally feel secure. But the opposite is true. Chasing universal approval makes you disposable. People like you when you're convenient. They respect you when you're consistent. And here's the paradox. The less you try to be liked, the more magnetic you become, because people can sense when someone is unapologetically themselves. And deep down, they crave that same freedom. Final thoughts. We live in a culture addicted to validation. Likes, comments, approval, constant feedback loops that trap you into thinking your worth depends on the crowd. But here's the truth. Your life is not a group project. You don't need permission to chase your vision. You don't need applause to stay committed. You don't need everyone to like you in order to love yourself. The moment you stop living for their opinions, you start living for your purpose. And that's when everything changes. Your focus sharpens, your confidence grows, your peace returns. So here's your wake-up call. Stop performing, stop rehearsing, stop filtering your every move through the lens of public approval. Live boldly, live authentically, live free. Because the version of you that stops caring what people think is the version that finally becomes unstoppable. If this message resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more real talk on mindset, psychology, and building unshakable confidence. And drop a comment. What's one opinion you're no longer giving power to? Let's build a community of people who value truth over approval, respect over popularity, and purpose over validation. See you in the next one.